Hey everyone, thanks for watching Ozark Overland Adventures.
I bought a sticker this morning that said, "Adventure begins where the plans end." And that is the perfect description of this trip.
So, we are currently in Olympic National Park. We came up here yesterday, not really intending to. We had plans to go down to the coast of Oregon and eventually meet up with Rob today, but Rob had trailer tire issues, multiple flats on his trailer. So he was not able to join us, so we punted and came up here. We got a hotel in Port Angeles, so we could do laundry and
wave to Sean across the
wave to our Canadian friends. And so our plan for the rest of the day is to go explore the Washington coast. Yeah. We'll hopefully camp on the beach, probably in an established campground.
I'm gonna take some pictures.
Okay. Hopefully find camp on the beach. If not, maybe a view of the beach. Probably in an established campground. There's not a lot of dispersed camping on the beach. And make our way down south. Today is Monday. We have to be in Redmond, Oregon on Thursday. So we've got time to explore, we've got time to play. This has been the most incredible and gorgeous scenery on this whole trip that I have seen. I think this is the fourth video in this Pacific Northwest series, and we are about as far northwest as you can get without being in Alaska. So we're gonna head out of here and just go see what else we can find. Well, as Kara said, our plans changed radically. So right now we're just kind of winging it. And really glad we did. This video is going to be very different than the others. I don't know that there's going to be much, if any, off-roading. So if that's a deal breaker for you, just giving you a heads up. But I know there's going to be a ton of amazing scenery. Just had a friend of mine who lives in Seattle text me a place not too far away, I mean by like a couple hours, that he said would be a good place to camp on / near the beach tonight. Actually, that's him right there. And we may try to pull that off. We've got another spot in the national park that we're gonna hit today, but it's already too late. We left Port Angeles at about 11 this morning, and it's already 4:30. We spent probably 2.5 hours in Soul Duck Falls, which we didn't expect to do. I thought we were just gonna whip in there, walk to the falls, take some video, take some photo, walk back, but we're just blown away at how beautiful everything was. So we are heading out of the park now, gonna get into the town of Forks, which we'll probably eat dinner there.
I'm so happy we got to experience this together.
Me too, babe. Me too. This has been an incredible day, and it's not over yet. And then trying to find camp on a beach and see what amazing things we can find between here and there. So that's the plan. If you want to join along with us and see amazing things up here in the Pacific Northwest, then keep on watching. Appreciate it. We've made our way around to the Hoh Rainforest side of Olympic National Park, and we are on It's called the Hall of Mosses Trail. I'm super pumped about this one. I think they may have misnamed this. It should be the Hall of Ferns.
Wow, that's mossy.
That's a lot of moss. Oh wow. This is so cool. That little tree's root is growing through the big tree and comes all the way down to the floor. Wow. That's crazy. I think I'm gonna have to come back. Oh no, here we go.
Oh, wow.
That's so pretty. This just looks like a place fairies and gnomes and elves would play. It just looks like a fantasy world. So beautiful. The temperature feels very different here too. The air feels different compared to the other part of the park that we were this morning. That's because we're in a rainforest. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. The giant ferns, all the moss on the trees. Finding it very hard to capture just how incredible this place is. I don't think it's coming through on camera. You just find yourself looking up all the time. So this is called a nurse log. There used to be a fallen tree under all of these. They used that tree as a source of nutrients until their roots hit the ground. And then the main tree that fell down decayed underneath it. And that's why you get little tunnels like that. The biggest downside to come into the national parks like this is it's just so people-y. I try to stop and get audio of the birds and stuff, and too many people talking. Can't get a quiet moment to get the sound of the birds. Excuse me, ma'am. That was absolutely worth coming out here. I don't know that I did it justice on camera. I think that may be something that you just have to see with your own eyeballs. But man, highly recommend. This whole Olympic National Park area, man, it has blown me away. But I think we have a spot to camp at a hip camp. Less than an hour away, so we should be able to get there before dark. We've never stayed at hip camp before, so decided to use that because what we've discovered is finding other places to camp is fairly difficult along the coast. We did find one private campground another hour away, but knew we'd be there well after dark. And the owner of that one really preferred that we get there before 10. And at this point, definitely not going to happen. So I think we're going to go with the hip camp and see what that's like. It is on the coast. It's not like on the beach, but it's on the beach. So I'm pumped about that. When you're doing these type of overland trips, having resources like the cell coverage layer in Gaia GPS can be invaluable. We actually have not booked that hip camp campsite yet. It was still available, but we lost cell signal as we were going into this area. But with the cell phone layer, cell coverage layer, I can see, especially here in the purple areas, that's where cell signal is really good. So I've got just a little bit farther to go to get in that purple area so Kara can get online and book the campsite. So it's very handy to have, and one of the many resources that you find in Gaia GPS, and why it is such a valuable tool for these long distance overlanding trips. We're only about 15 minutes, oh my gosh, from our campsite, and came over here to Ruby Beach to see the sunset. And I'm really glad we did. So this rock is called Gorilla Rock. And if you look at it just right, you can definitely see the gorilla shape. That's so cool. Come on, you got this.
What is it track?
It's not though.
I don't like it. Hey.
I walked right across it.
I know, but still. Ah.
Good job, buddy.
Oh, whoa.
This one should be called Walrus Rock. I don't think it has a name, but I think that's what it should be called. Well, we've never stayed at a hip camp before, but dang, this is nice. Beautiful flat clearing here. The sounds of the beach. I don't know if those are frogs or insects. Still see the sun setting just a little bit. I cannot wait to wake up here in the morning and see what this fully looks like. There is beach access. I think you do have to walk a little ways, but can't wait to check it out in the morning. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, there you go. There you go. That sound was awesome last night. We slept so good. I'm trying my first ever freeze-dried breakfast scramble this morning. Can't have it.
Did you take her frog?
I did.
You gave me a piranha without any assistance.
Yeah, I'm trying to film. You're messing up my shot.
Well, I need a thing for her. She's gonna eat you alive, or you're gonna keep her letting her eat your blanket.
You're supposed to let her eat your hand. That's not good. Way heavy-handed on the cayenne. That's real bad. Okay. First taste of Backpacker's Pantry. Not a fan. No, that's too much. Yeah. Yeah, nope. Don't like it. Did you get duck? Easy, did you get ducked? Nope, keep the duck, not me. Get it. All right, it's time to hit the road and see what beautiful things we can see along the coast. Ultimately, we will end up in Oregon at Pacific City. I gotta get this gate. Okay, the first thing we're doing this morning is going to the ranger station that is here for this section of Olympic National Park. The hip camp is just right outside Olympic National Park on the beach. So we're gonna go to the ranger station and then head south. I've never stayed at a hip camp before, and considering that's really the only private campground option in this area, because all the rest of the campgrounds are controlled by the National Park Service and are booked up for months in advance. It wasn't bad. Cheaper than a hotel, better than a hotel. I'd give it a win. I think hip camp is a valid option for these long distance trips like this, when you don't want to pay for a hotel, you want to camp, you know, in cool places like that. I like it. Not sponsored either. I wish I was, but not. We are almost back on the beach, and I am super pumped. There's a section down here that we could drive on the beach and hang out for a little bit. It annoys me that they let you drive on the beach, but you can't camp on the beach. I don't know why. But super pumped about driving on the beach, and it's getting close to lunchtime. And I'm always super pumped about fresh seafood. So, Izzy is passed out over here. Look at her. Look at the dog. I mean, does she not just have the best life? I mean, she's just about as sprawled out as you can get. But the plan for today is just to kind of cruise down the coast, enter into Oregon, end up in Pacific City, Oregon. We're going to Tillamook, which Tillamook ice cream, Tillamook cheeses. Apparently there's a Tillamook, you can tour the Tillamook ice cream factory. I don't know if we're gonna have time for that or not, but that sounds way cool. I'm super pumped. Wow. It's very hazy. Can you just drive? think you can just drive. Oh yeah, you can. It's so foggy. I mean, look, you can't really see people. I always have gone to the Gulf of Mexico, Florida, Alabama beaches. And so these Pacific beaches where the beach is so wide and you know the tide comes all the way up to here, that's different for me because the Gulf doesn't do that. The Gulf doesn't come in like these big long beaches like this. Look at this is so cool. I made it. Apparently this is where sand dollars come to die. They're all over the place. This one's still alive. They're everywhere. Well, now I'm out of the fog bank. Look at that. That's so crazy. Well, we're getting off the beach and look at the little deers. Was that lots of fun? Did you think that was lots of fun? I did. You didn't even sleep through it. I'm so proud. That was awesome. And there's other spots. I know you can in Oregon too. I don't know why. Driving on the beach is just a blast. Just is the coolest thing ever. Izzy thinks so. Well, after a couple hours driving, we're now at the Lewis and Clark Interpretive Center and the Cape Disappointment Lighthouse at the Cape Disappointment State Park. In just a minute, I'll be able to look across the bay and see Oregon, which is where we'll go next. But we wanted to stop by here because Lighthouse, unfortunately, it's not open. You can't go inside. That ended 45 minutes ago. But I had grand plans of, you know, videoing going down the coast and getting some beautiful drone footage driving down the coast. But that didn't exactly work out. So, sorry about that. It was a beautiful drive. But the roads were too narrow, so there was never any spot for me to pull over and launch the drone. A lot of it was in trees. So it just didn't really quite work out like I had planned. But this should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Wow, this is cool. Old Fort Canby in defense of the Columbia River. Old U.S. Army fort. Oh wow, you can go inside. Dang, look how big these hinges are. Must have been storage or something. Can't go up the stairs. Huh. It's pretty cool. So this lighthouse here on Cape Disappointment overlooks where the largest river on the west coast, the Columbia River, I think, intersects the largest ocean, the Pacific. That's a bummer that the lighthouse isn't open. That'd be way cool. But it's cool to see this anyway. And just before I hit record on the camera, a bald eagle flew by. I didn't get it. And he had a little something in his mouth, and a little seagull was chasing it. It was very American. It was way cool. But now, time to head across the Columbia River and into Oregon. The mouth of the Columbia River here is massive. Like, I don't think I've seen the Mississippi this big. Alright, this is one really, really long bridge.
Continue on US 101 south for 4 miles.
This bridge is wild.
It's a really hot ink on there.
It is. I wonder if I need to engage 4 low. Yeah, this wouldn't be fun to try to run up or cycle up even. Goodbye, Washington. We have loved you. But hello, Oregon. We already know we love you. Well, now that we have driven most of the Washington coast, there's definitely some parts we missed, but we've driven most of it. And having driven about half of the Oregon coast last year, I think the Oregon coast wins by a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
There's just so much more to see, bigger cliffs, more lighthouses, more animal watching and stuff along the Oregon coast.
Do you feel like there's more in Washington as far as like the interior with the parks? Like it's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
keep right to continue
but I'm just talking
on
about the coast.
101 Business, West Marine Drive.
Now this is the beautiful Oregon coast that I love so much. High rocky cliffs, beautiful rocky beaches down below. Look at those low clouds over there. That's cool. Well, we made it to Pacific City just in time for an okay sunset. A little too many clouds. Wind's definitely picked up and it's cold, but any sunset on the beach is a good one. Thanks for watching this one. I know this was radically different than our norm, but you know, as we said in the beginning, adventure begins where the plans end, and that's pretty much described this trip. We had such a good time, especially yesterday in Washington and this morning coming down the coast. So hope you enjoyed this one. If you would, give us that YouTube love, like, subscribe, all those good things. If you like the content that we're putting out and you want to consider supporting the channel, gain access to special events, special content, all of our GPS data, check out the Patreon link in the description. And for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. I honestly have no clue what the next video is going to be. We've got Overland Expo Pacific Northwest. We've got to head to Redmond tomorrow. So that's coming up. After that, we've got 2 weeks before we meet friends in Colorado. Not quite sure what's going to take place in those 2 weeks. So be sure to subscribe and come back for the next video. I'm sure it's going to be awesome, no matter what it is, because we'll be out exploring new places, which is what we love to do. See you next time. Bye.